Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between PtitDrogo and Happy on Ruins of Seras. In the bottom right of Ruins of Seras, representing my insanity and the country of France, it is PtitDrogo. And in the bottom left of Ruins of Seras, we have the red Terran player. It is Happy, representing the nation of Russia, and he is currently teamless, but an amazing Terran player nonetheless. We've seen both of these players on my channel quite recently. This is part of a replay pack from DreamHack that wrapped up about 2.5 weeks ago. So thanks for joining me today. If this is your first time here, welcome aboard. I am Falcon Paladin. I do 2 daily Legacy of the Void casts every single day of the week, Saturday and Sunday, and sometimes a third. 3 per day. Am I out of my mind? Probably. Either way, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe to catch more of my stuff. And let's get right on into this game. PtitDrogo, obviously going for Assimilator. I don't think there's such thing as a gasless opening. Nope. No, I'm a liar. Protoss sometimes does like to go proxy 3-gate against Zerg on Prion terraces. In that case, they usually don't get gas. But besides that, there is no reason not to get gas as Protoss. If you're not doing that particular strategy, go ahead and get that gas. Zerg and Terran can afford to open up gasless just a little bit, just because Marines are so good. But anything that you want in the early game as Protoss is definitely going to require that Vespene gas, so go ahead and get it. Alright, Barracks coming up as well as a command center. I think that might have been a command center first from Happy, based on the timing here, and I think it was. Yes, it was, and it's a gateway expand for Drogo. So single gateway into expansion into Cybernetics core, getting the gas. A single gas geyser here tells me there's not going to be too much adept pressure. Usually if you want... Okay, I'm a liar. It could be. Basically, the timing on that tells me it could be a lot of adept pressure, but the probe comes on out. The SCV comes out at the same time. The probe's going to try to harass here because there are no Marines to defend. The barracks are not quite finished yet. Is that another barracks? 3 barracks opener. Can the probe get through here? It can, because the Sublighty bow is down. Oh, probe. Why didn't you go in? Okay, the probe decides instead to try to attack this SCV. Try to zap it with its little zapper. The SCV goes through the building and stays alive. Another SCV comes to defend, and the probe is forced to retreat. Meanwhile, on the other end of the map, the SCV comes on out and sees, alright, chrono boosting out an Adept. Obviously, that is going to be an Adept there. Adepts do 2-shot Marines. They're good in the early game, but if there are too many Marines, though, it doesn't look too good for the Adept unit. So again, it just kind of depends on how many there are. It's kind of like roaches. 1 roach versus 1 Marine. The roach wins that every single day of the week, but if you have like 20 Marines versus 20 roaches, sometimes the Marines can win that battle. So depending on the upgrades at the same time. So we'll have to see how this works out. The Adept moves on across the map using the Psionic Transfer ability. Right here. Projects an invulnerable shade that can move but cannot attack. After 7 seconds, the Adept teleports to the shade's location. Resonating Glaives upgrade is available for her as well. Increases the attack speed of Adepts by 45%. And 10 damage overall with her Glaive Cannon, but 23 damage versus Light with a range of 4 and a weapon speed of 1.61. Marine count actually looking pretty good here. I guess that 3 racks opener helped a lot. Can't quite get through there, and a cancel I think on that shade. Yes, it's the Adept fake out we've seen for a while here since the beta. You send the shade up. The shade has vision, so you use the shade to scout and see what you're dealing with, and then you don't actually have to force the Adept to go there. Oh no, Adept misplayed there. Happy pushes her out and destroys her. What I was going to say there is the Adept fake out. The shade comes up, scouts things. You cancel the actual transfer part of Psionic Transfer, and the Adept remains safe and sound back outside the base. So that's exactly what PtitDrogo did. However, was not really paying attention to it at the point. The Marines pushed on out, and another Psionic Transfer shade comes out just to see, oh shoot, there are Marines. That gives PtitDrogo like 4 seconds to respond. And how's this going to work out? Why Happy turning around? Happy? Happy? Is he defending? Was that just a feint? Was that just something, or did he see this warp prism? I don't know, something happened. He might have just scanned and seen the warp prism pop out of that robo facility and said, I need the Marines home. I need to defend against whatever's going to come out of that prism. So good play there, actually, in the end. PtitDrogo, I feel like would have lost a lot if the Marines had just marched up here and started killing stuff. Not a good time there for PtitDrogo, but alright. So Happy does have a bunch of Adepts. Actually cancels that one. Poor thing. Does get the money back, though. So that's okay. Are they actually chasing this SCV down? Kind of. Whatever. Alright, so PtitDrogo is trying to do a drop here. He keeps getting delayed, though, by the fact that the SCV is running on past that way. Here come the Adepts right at the front line. There are bunkers, though, And bunkers count as non-light units, which means the adepts only do 10 damage to them. Where are the units? Happy does not have anything in these bunkers. Oh no, here come the adepts. They're going after the SCVs. Good SCV pull from Happy though, not losing a single one thus far. The Marines want to kill that War Prism so bad. Can they actually pull it off? They fill both of these bunkers. The adepts are kind of stuck here behind the mineral line, but they're going to psionic transfer their way up, and there's a cancel. Full repair going down on this bunker as well. Trying to just dance back and forth, make something happen. This is not exactly what PtitDrogo had in mind. He wanted to kill workers, but instead the response by Happy was very strong. Indeed, and he's just going to escape. I think he's going to escape with these workers. No, he cancels it, keeps them here. Going to take down this refinery. He is preventing all mining on this base, which is a huge deal. Liberator on the way for Happy at the same time. That's going to be very nice. And a Twilight Council, as well as a Robo Bay for PtitDrogo. Yeah, the adepts really can't push that. And 2 bunkers full of Marines and a Marauder. Not going to happen whatsoever. Picking on up. And again, psionic transfer. Perhaps psionic transferring out? I don't know. Whatever PtitDrogo is doing, it is working supremely well. There we go. Managing to escape. Still has 4 adepts here, though. And might be sneaky with those in a little bit. We'll watch that mini-map at the same time. Combat shield on the way for Happy. More Marines, more Marauders, more Medevacs. And where's that Liberator at? He was making the Liberator. I saw it. Did I see it? Was I imagining things? He has a starport, right? He does. Okay. Where is it? I don't know. The Marines and the Marauders come right on in, but no. PtitDrogo backs on out, says I refuse to take casualties. Where the shoot is that Liberator? Boop. Okay, it's here. It's hunting down that Warp Prism, and it finds the Warp Prism, but I think the Warp Prism might be fast enough to escape. No, it's not. It doesn't have the Gravitic Drive upgrade. It cannot escape from this Liberator. The Liberator doesn't do a whole lot of damage to it, as you'll notice. It's not really dying super fast. The attack speed is just too slow for the Liberator to really burn it down from the sky and make it fall into the everlasting pit there. But either way, I love the animation on those missiles. They're pretty cool, right? Watch. Like they kind of swerve around like they're dodging something, even if they're attacking straight up. The Warp Prism, will it live? And it does live. The Liberator is forced to retreat as the Stalkers are ready to defend against it. Marines, Marauders stimming forward, coming on up. Medevacs need to heal them to make this happen. Colossus with Extended Thermal Lance on the way for PtitDrogo. And Concussive Shell just about to finish for the Marauders. I'm not sure if this is enough of a push here to really handle all these Stalkers, all these Adepts, and Colossus, but we'll have to see. Happy's going to try to make it work anyway as we zoom out, stimming forward, trying to take down a gateway. No, Guardian Shield coming up there, sniping off 1 or 2 Adepts, a couple Stalkers as well, losing some Marines in the process, and Happy backs on out. Just a gentle poke, and then a reverse. Observer spot here is fantastic. Sees exactly what's coming out of Happy's base all the time, all the days. And what's coming out now is a medevac and a couple bunkers being thrown up on the high ground as well. Can he see it? Sometimes players can see the shimmer of the Observer even if it's invisible and kill it. But no, today Observer is your lucky day. Happy did not see you. But here comes a push. Actually going for it now is PtitDrogo. Let's see. Colossus, Extend Thermal Lance has finished. No attack upgrades, but still pretty good against Bio. Gonna march up this ramp. There are 2 bunkers though and a Liberator with Defender mode as well. That might be too much, and I think PtitDrogo agrees with me. I don't think he wants to come up this ramp. I think he's just kind of threatening. He's using this to establish his 3rd base, which is fantastic. He's getting another Forge, he's getting more Colossus, he's getting that Resonating Glaives upgrade so his Adepts attack faster, making them having more utility towards the mid and the late games. I mean, it feels like late game already, doesn't it? It's only 8 minutes in, but holy smokes. Feels like the late game. We have tier 3 units out, so that's for sure. More Liberators coming out as well. This is a composition that Terrans have been favoring lately. The Marine Marauder Medevac Liberator composition. No Widow Mines, but Liberators for Defender mode, for the anti-air. They do splash damage as well. They're good against Phoenix in this particular matchup. They can also go ahead and hit the Colossus if they need to. I don't think they can actually take them down with any kind of speed, but whatever. Armor and attack upgrades now coming up for PtitDrogo, as well as the Templar Archives. And is there a 3rd base on the way? There's a 3rd base here for Happy. He hasn't landed it on the low ground yet. It's 55 to 49 total Harvesters. Nobody's really done too much damage to anybody else to this point, but pushing out again, it's a Stalker Sentry Adept Colossus composition. And the Marine just absolutely gets roasted. Another Marine gets roasted, but their purpose in life was to scout, so they fulfilled that and they can die happy. Alright, Templar Archives has finished, and what is PtitDrogo going to do with that? Okay, Templar being warped in, obviously. Hi, Templar. And Archons, maybe? Yes, going for Archon. I was going to say, I didn't see any Storm being researched, which means it's generally going to be Archon. Archon is good as a tanky unit, as well as another Adept drop back here with the Warp Prism. Going to get cleaned on up. Yes, it does get cleaned up. How many workers have died, though? 15 SCVs have died. Alright, I don't know how many were here to begin with, but he's just lost a bunch kind of throughout the game. Either way, it's 52 to 57 Harvesters. PtitDrogo looking pretty darn good at this point. Representing the nation of France very, very well indeed. More Liberators, though, for Happy. And just those Defender Mode circles, when they come down, they are just intimidating as can be. And can PtitDrogo handle them? They're especially good against Stalkers, but small group of Marines and Marauders just absolutely get face melted there. Stalkers blinking forward. Defender Mode circles thrown on up. And PtitDrogo, does he want to go in there? There are so many circles. He's trying to find an angle where he can attack without going in, and he does. He finds one, ripping down that refinery, causing it to explode, getting this one as well. Defender Mode circles are here. Is that Stalker inside? I don't think it is. Liberators throwing down another Defender Mode circle, and PtitDrogo says, you know what? Fine, I'm just going to harass you. I'm going to poke you around the edges, killing your factory as well. And take a 4th base behind this attack. PtitDrogo, man, doing so well. That's another thing you need to remember about Legacy of the Void, is that the mineral patches run out more quickly. So look at this. It's 11 minutes in. The main is mained out. You need to continue expanding. You cannot sit on 2 or 3 bases forever like you could in Heart of the Swarm, like you could in Wings of Liberty. You need to continue expanding or you will die. I feel like that's something that Blizzard did very intentionally to force players to get out there and take more bases. Turtling, they're not a huge fan of. And I think it's working. I think it's causing more exciting battles, more fights over bases than we used to see, and it just makes for a much, much more entertaining cast, I think, and more action for the viewers. So, Armory coming up for Happy, continuing to get those Liberators, those Marines, and those Marauders. And actually now getting Storm. This PtitDrogo getting some High Templar and researching Storm, as well as Zealot Legs, Zealot Charge, and Ground Weapons level 2, and Armor level 2. How are the upgrades down here? +1/+1. Liberator has no upgrades to speak of to this point. And it's a bit of standoff here at the 12-minute mark. Both players are kind of just feeling each other out, trying to get maxed out. PtitDrogo is maxed out, so that's the thing. Stimming forward, I think he's trying to bait units back into these circles. But PtitDrogo is on hold position. He's way too smart for that. Hallucinating Phoenix just gets massacred. Stalker, be careful, Stalker. No, gets destroyed by Defender Mode. Defender Mode does do 85 damage. Concord Cannon, 85 damage, range of 13, weapon speed of 1.14, targets ground only. So walking into the circles on the ground is bad. Flying in's okay. What on earth? He's repairing his factory, huh? Alright, I don't know if anybody really wants to attack in here. Storm is really good, Archons are really good, but guess what? Small attack! Big old Storm, though. Storm dodging are these Marines and these Marauders with the +1/+1 and the Medevac overhead. They want to get this Nexus. They want to burn it down. Can they get it? I think they might be able to. Look at this. The Storm wasn't enough. Photon Overcharge comes up. Can they live? Stutter stepping their way in, and yes, they get the Nexus. They are all completely destroyed, but they fulfilled their purpose, which was killing that Nexus. It's now 3 base to 3 base. Happy did what he needed to do. All these units are also dead. Oh boy, Happy, sometimes you are a merciless commander, man. Get in there. Hold that position until you die. And they did die in about 3.5 seconds. Coming down from the high ground. Again, the circles come up, though. Look at this. Just mass Defender Mode circles here from PtitDrogo. What can PtitDrogo do? He's being very cautious, that's for sure. Oh, back out. Back out. Ooh-wee. Blinking out there. And, oh, gonna lose a Liberator. Overextended just a little bit. Another attack here with Zealots back in the main base. They are going to get cleaned up by these bio units, but again, that's a lot of damage that was done. Coming in once again, walking into the circles are the Stalkers, and then blinking out. There are just too many. Good Storm, though, picking up Liberators and bio units alike. So, Defender Mode. Man, they do benefit from upgrades as well. So I think, yeah, there we go. Ship Weapons is on the way. Infantry weapon level 2+2 also on the way for Happy, and PtitDrogo getting Tempest. Oh, 4th base here for Happy. Very sneaky 4th base coming up as well. Walking into the circle, stimming, oh, blinking forward, taking out 2 Liberators. Very, very nice indeed. Another Liberator falls, and another Liberator falls. Storms on everything as well. Wow, Happy Just taking a lot of damage there. Down to 149 total supply. PtitDrogo at 185. And just kind of dancing back and forth. Here's PtitDrogo. Doesn't really want to commit. There are too many circles. He's killed a lot of Liberators, though. He's killed 8 thus far in the game. Another Liberator perhaps going to fall. Nope. Stalker takes a shot as well. The Tempests are on the way. And now Tempests do extra damage versus Massive, which is what Liberators are not. So I don't know if I'm not sure if PtitDrogo just wants to use that for the range or what. But is this another drop? It is. More Zealots back here in the main base. Going to get destroyed pretty much instantly. But it's enough to keep Happy's attention, at least temporarily. Here come the Tempest. Bam, bam. Oh yeah, it takes a lot of shots to kill a Liberator with a Tempest. But it's enough. It does force them to flee there. Zealots again. Where are these coming from? It's got to be from this, yep, from this War Prison that's just hanging on out. No big deal. Killing another Liberator with the Tempest. Also going after a missile turret, take down this planetary fortress. Storm on top of all of those SCVs. They're trying to repair this planetary. Is it enough to repair it? Yes, they keep it alive. Just barely, though, now. Being chased away. Defender mode circles on the way as well. The Archons do get destroyed. Another Templar destroyed at the same time. Archons trying to get morphed on in. Is it enough? I do not know. The action is very back and forth at this spot. And the Liberator said to pick up and move on out. Stalkers blinking forward to take them down. And the planetary, will it fall? There are only 3 SCVs repairing it as quickly as they can. Single, what is this? A single adept. What are you doing here, single adept? Dying? That's what? Alright. Anyway, tons of mules being thrown down here at the same time. This 4th base for PtitDrogo is on the way. Colossus swiping down at everything at this area. Tempest as well. Another huge storm. Defender mode circles pop down. Once again, another Liberator falls, and PtitDrogo dodges it. He absolutely refuses to walk into those defender mode circles. He's been dodging them this entire game and doing a great job of it, I would say. Dun, dun. Using Tempest, using Colossus, using the range on this planetary. Can they kill it? It looks like they might be able to. Happy not in a great position, trying to throw down defender mode circles slowly but surely to get up. And the planetary falls. Oh, the planetary. Alright, so Happy's back to 3 bases. PtitDrogo is on 4. PtitDrogo, very commanding position. He is maxed out. Does he want to push in here? I don't know. He's being very patient. Oh, Storm just killing a ton of Marines, a ton of SCVs. Excellent, excellent placement on that Psionic Storm there. Storm. 80 damage to all units in the target area. Whew. Time Warp's being thrown down. He's going after this Ghost Academy, preventing more ghosts from being created. I guess there are 2 on the field. I don't know where they are. I guess they're with this Bio Army. Might throw down some EMPs, but I think Happy might just need to go for it. He can't lose that 3rd base. He cannot lose the 3rd base. Storms trying to distract everybody from going on in. Coming from the bottom side here. Loses his 3rd command center. More Storms. Again, PtitDrogo just massacring everything that is on the ground. SCV is attacking as well, and that's it. A GG from Happy. Happy is defeated. PtitDrogo is victorious, and Happy has left the game. What do you know? Excellent, excellent display there. For those Protoss players who really, really hate going up against Liberators, this game was for you, man. PtitDrogo expanded. He dealt with drops as they came. Look how many bases he had at the end. He kept up the pressure. He got extended thermal lance on his Colossus. He got Tempest. Tempest surprisingly did well against the Liberators. They don't hit them very hard, but they can hit them from a range. So pretty much if you outrange the Liberator's ability, bring in air units as well. Use Storm to the best of your ability. You can actually win against a massing Liberator Marine Marauder army. So well played indeed there by PtitDrogo, representing my insanity. Good game to him. Good game to Happy as well. Both players, APM just absolutely through the roof. 200 for both of these guys. And in the end, that was enough. So 18,000 minerals lost here for the Terran player. 5,700 gas. 9,000. Only 9,000 minerals and 4,700 gas lost for PtitDrogo. He just didn't lose that much. I mean, a few Archons here and there. A Colossus, some Tempest, some Adepts, 20 Stalkers, 6 Templar, 6 High Templar. Yeah, just fantastically efficient play from our friend player, and just really impressive to see. So that's about it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.